Good afternoon. So it is a snowy Sunday in London, as you can see, looking out the window, which is quite a nice change. And we're checking on the chilli plant. So it's now Sunday the 25th of January. So we're 2 weeks into the germination process now, and things are coming on really nicely. So let me just start by opening up a couple of the trays and see what we got. Growth is actually spectacular compared to where we were last week. All of the trays have either germinated or are beginning to. There's a few trays you'll see where the odd seed has failed or died early, so you know you've got 4 in there, 5 in there, but that's nature. I always go by the kind of 50% rule. If I've managed to grow 50% of the things I've sown, then I haven't done too badly. So just having a little look along here, we've got the paper lanterns looking good. The cherry bombs, can't see what that one is. Prairie Fire, Carolina Reapers are really good. Tepins, you can see the temperature's still good, so although it's freezing out there, we're still kind of 85, and as long as that temperature's under 90, we're good. Between 70 and 90. Right, the orange habaneros I couldn't grow last year, so I got 4 of those. They're taken off, which is great news. And the one that's been most challenging, bizarrely enough, is this Bulgarian carrot. Really odd name for a chilli, but there you go. As you can see, I've just got one sprouted, one breaking through, and another one. So that's literally, I started this weekend because there was nothing there on Friday. Moving down to the other end of the trays, bear with me, I'll just whip these off. Have a look at the lovely snowy landscape in the meantime. There you go. So we've got the red habaneros, just focus. The red habaneros, which I couldn't grow last year, so this is great. Sweet banana, I've got 5 out of the 6. The Tabasco's all 6, which is cool. What have we got here? Oh yeah, the Peruvian purples, which are a new one for me. 5 of those. Poblanos, lovely big strong plant, these will be 6 of those. And even the super hots are taken off, so you've got the Trinidad scorpions here, 5 of those. Only one boot at the moment and another one just beginning to come through, but all good. I can only put this tremendous growth, I mean this is way ahead of where I was this time last year. I can only put this down really to both the way that I treated the seeds beforehand, but I'm guessing the way they've grown so rapidly, it's probably something to do with these lights that I spoke about last time, these LED lights. So I've got them on for the moment, but generally I put them on as soon as it becomes dark and turn them off when it becomes light. Nice and simple. If you look generally at how everything's inclined, you can see it's all still leaning over a bit towards the left. So you can see some of these are reaching out towards the sun, so we're reaching out the window. So if you go at the extreme end where they haven't really got the full benefit of the LED, they're really quite bent over. But when we're directly under the LED, they're pretty much standing up straight. So I think that speaks volumes as to the value of this kind of LED system, which is great. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start moving the trays around. So say for instance these red habaneros, they're really well developed now, and at the other end of the scale, say we've got the Trinidad scorpions, which are quite small and frail, and the Peruvian purples are still quite small. I'm going to move the smaller and weaker plants to the middle, so they're going to get the full benefit of the LED lights, and put the better developed ones like the Carolina Reapers onto the edge where they won't need as much light. I'll also give them a little watering. So all we're doing with the watering at the moment is literally just using a sprayer very gently just around the roots of the plant to make sure they're not drying out, and I'll do that with all of the trays. One thing to note here is it is lovely and warm in there, as you saw, 85. The majority of the heat is being made by the actual electric propagators, and obviously you've got the heat of the radiator coming up as well. So what you get is, if you could see through the side of the tray, the bottom part here will actually be quite dry, while the top bit will be moist where I've been spraying it. So it can be quite deceptive when you cut into one of these. It's almost like dry sand at the bottom, but wet at the top. So once these are properly established, I'll start watering through the use of the big white tray. And as you can see, there's a little, I know you can't see bugger all, it's too dark. Oh, there you go. As you can see at the bottom of these, oh, looks like we've got a little friend at the bottom. It'll all just come up like you would normally water something. So I'll turn the camera off for a minute, I'll have a quick rearrange, and we'll be good to go. Cheers. Right, back with this at the windowsill. Just show you what I've done. I've moved the trays around so that the ones that are just coming up or are still quite weak and spindly are directly under the LED lights, and the strongest, those that have grown quite nicely, are at the far ends of the trays now and away from the LED lights. Ideally I'd have LED lights to cover the lot, but I haven't got that luxury. So we've got the heavy ones there all the way down to the ones that are just developing, and again they're just developing right to the end where they're doing really well. You'll also see from the way they're all leaning, so they were all generally leaning towards the window, so I've turned them all round so they'll all start leaning back the other way, and hopefully that will keep them all nice and straight and lovely. Okay, that's about it for this roundup. So we're 2 weeks in now. I'll give it another week and I'll do us an update, but for now it's goodbye from snowy London. Cheers.